In every strong workplace, there is an unwritten code, a rhythm of respect, and you don't need strong, formal, written rules to understand it. You just feel it. When someone is in the front line resolving a client's issue, when another is cleaning up a mess no one wants to touch, you naturally also step up too, because the environment and energy is pulling to match up that energy. Not because it's part of your JD, not because the manager told you to, but it's just because someone else is carrying the weight and you do not just want to sit and watch how things would unfold. And at this point you realize that there is nothing like micromanagement or macro management. That's not pressure. It's called ownership. The list I learned from Peg Africa. Ownership. And guess what? You won't find it in the employee's book. You are not going to be paid bonus for that. But what will happen is that over time it builds up. And this would build trust. It builds culture. And it builds teams that last forever. Now, can you imagine a workplace where all of these that I've mentioned are missing? Deadlines are missed, frustration builds, people start saying, that's not my job, this is not part of my JD, I was not told to do this. Slowly, silos form, and slowly the team becomes just individuals working side by side. I'm the accountant, I'm the customer service agent, I'm the front desk specialist, I am the HR, so we don't cross. But in teams where this unspoken accountability exists, the opposite happens. There is a natural flow of help. The call center, and there are various units within the call center: outbound, inbound. Outbound or inbound means that you are receiving calls. Outbound means that you are taking up escalations. But you find yourself joining the inbound team or joining up queues, to answer calls, because the call volumes that is hitting the inbound agents are becoming more, and there are less agents working in the inbound, but you have some space on your hand, and so you are picking up an inbound call just to ease the pressure on the other team. You realize that one person's challenge becomes everyone's concern. Wins are shared, losses are absorbed together, and it becomes easier to show up every day at work. Because your mind is not just fixed on doing one thing. You know that you are going to be so versatile at the workplace. You are going to take up different roles and responsibilities. Although your KPIs are staring you in the face and you are working towards it, but there's that flexibility as well and that flow. And that's how strong team cultures are built. Let me just paint a picture. Customer service rep, is handling a difficult client on the call, and it's past closing hours, and other teams are just hanging on, because they've noticed and have sensed some need of just sticking around and just to show support in case the need arises. No one assigned them, but they stayed. A content creator is finalizing a campaign due tomorrow, and a team jumps in to review it. Not because they are on the marketing team, but because they care about the brand success. These are small actions. They don't make headlines, but over time, they build a reputation. This builds individually and collectively. And as leaders begin to notice, teams begin to gel, and suddenly performance improves. Not because people were pushed, but because they felt seen and supported. And I've had a taste, okay, personal individual taste of all these that I'm talking about, and it goes on and on, all right, into your performance reviews, your promotion. You know, you have people speaking for you in the boardroom, people speaking for individuals in board meetings, senior management meetings, and even speaking about teams. You know, they speak about the team and then it boils down to individuals within the team. Now let's talk about how you can cultivate this mindset both for yourself and in your team. How to cultivate this mindset: 1, lead by example. 2, acknowledge others' efforts. 3, stay connected to the bigger goal. 4, normalize collaborations, not competitions. Normalize working with other people, collaborating on projects, working together, than thinking that if I assist, she or he is going to take the credit for this. And speak up with empathy. If someone is pulling their weight, address it with kindness and not judge, because if it becomes the norm, something shifts. Work stops feeling like a checklist. Now it starts feeling like purpose. So now the next time you are tempted to disconnect while your colleague is keen deep in pressure, remember, it doesn't sit right to play while others are putting in effort. Not because you owe someone, no, because accountability isn't just a task, it's a character trait. The best teams in the world are built on people who simply refuse to look away when there is work to be done. Thank you so much for watching. I am Sarah Shika.